Just real quick. I actually like Baker Mayfield. I just want to see them go out and win and do things on the field before they win on paper. Stop, Nick.
It's
Michael Vick is joining us again. There's no reason to dislike him. Dak Prescott is quiet. He goes out, he plays his game.
There's no reason to dislike him, but you hate him.
I'm all over the place. You got me all off my game, Nick. Mike, I want to start with you. Are you expecting a shootout in this game between Baker and Dak Prescott?
Hold on, Mike, before you go. Earlier in the show, we talked about this earlier in the show. Can you please tell Wilds why it's important for the Cleveland Browns to do what they do best? I told Wilds and Nick and Jenna.
Run the football?
But definitely talking, yes, like run the ball, play action, and take timely shots to Odell. Wilds think that you should just drop back there and let Mayfield do what he does. Nick thinks that, this is the year to see what you have in a quarterback. So don't you want to throw it around this Dallas defense when they're struggling in the secondary? Can you please tell them why it's important for them to do what they do best?
I think you gotta protect the offense, man. The last thing you want really right now is to have Baker trying to go out and throw the ball 50 times. The offense needs to be balanced, but this guy was drafted #1 for a reason, and this team is kind of in dire straits. Like, things has to happen right now. So if you're talking about a shootout, B. And it's no ball control in the shootout, so that alleviates Nick Chubb in the running game.
This is great.
You gotta, you gotta add it out, man.
Vick,
but who knows if it's gonna be that type of game?
Vick, thank you.
I don't know if it's going to be that type of game.
Mike, this was great. Brandon asked you if we were in a court of law, I would have screamed objection, leading the witness. Brandon asked you the most leading question ever, and you still wouldn't go down the road.
And he stuck to his
You know why? Because Vick, like Baker Mayfield, has been a #1 overall pick, and guess what he wants to do when he's playing another good quarterback? Air that sun gun out and let me show him I'm the better quarterback. It is not just the Browns have if the only way they can beat good teams is running the football, then they got the wrong quarterback. And they need to find out whether or not they have the right quarterback. The reason the Browns have stunk for my entire life is because they've never had a quarterback. There have been other issues, but that's been the biggest one, Brandon. So I do think it's not just about how can we manufacture a win Patriot style. I think it's also about, listen, this is a bad pass defense with no pass rush. If Baker can't get cooking against these guys, who can he get cooking against, Brandon?
Yeah, well, Mike, I'm gonna throw it back to you real quick, man. But here's what I'm saying. You look at how you went from Atlanta, and I truly believe you're in the wrong system for your skill set. You go to Philly with Andy Reid. Andy puts together He didn't build around your weaknesses. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying built around your strengths. And what that is, you had Shady McCoy, who could go for 150 yards any given Sunday, and then you had Deshaun Watson and your legs, right? So you put all that together, and I remember just watching you Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, and just seeing you destroy secondaries by play action and taking shots. Play actions and taking off and picking up chunk runs, 10 yards, 15 yards. And that's what I'm saying here is that's what you guys do best. You have a great running game, lean on that, but destroy teams in the passing game through play action.
Yeah. Hey, B, I totally understand what you're saying, because when you play that type of game, it makes the game easier for the quarterback. The run game neutralizes the defense. It neutralizes the pace of the game, which is what we like as quarterbacks. But against the good opposition, the better teams, can you establish that run? And it has to be established in the first and second quarter in order to be effective in the second half. So you got to churn out at least 70 yards on the ground in order for the play action to start clicking. In Philadelphia, we had that, but Andy loved to throw the ball, and all he wanted to do was annihilate teams in the passing game, and not as much in the run game, even though we had Shady. Shady grew into his role. But the mindset going in was to, throw the football down the field. I just don't know if these coaches have that same mindset. And a shootout in this game is going to be needed, I think, at the same time, because, the Dallas Cowboys are going to score points. They're going to score points, and they're going to try to score fast. We heard Mike McCarthy last week.
So, Nick, here's my thing. This is why I want Baker to air it out. And I'm not like a huge Browns fan or a Cowboys fan. I like I'm a dynasty guy. I'm a Patriots guy. Yeah. But coming into this year, Jimmy G was 21-5. So, the idea that wins are all that matter, and if Baker gets a win, we'll sort of crown him or knight him, it doesn't matter because Jimmy G did the same thing. So unless Baker can air it out in an environment, and I'll read you some stats here, that is the most pass-friendly in the history of the NFL. We've got the highest completion percentage ever. We've had 2,259 completions, and there's 281 touchdowns in the league. This is the most fertile ground for a quarterback, never mind a number one pick, to just get in there and air it out. Add to that, you're going against a Cowboys defense that is so bad that they're talking about signing Earl Thomas. They don't. Why aren't you signing Earl? We're terrible.
Nick.
So, for him, in his story, to convince people like Jenna, he's got to air it out, Jenna.
Not
I think
that.
a
Jenna,
win.
Go ahead. Jenna, go ahead.
Here's why I disagree, and Nick, and I'm going to ask you. I would say for most quarterbacks, sure, you want to see what you got in your number one overall pick, great. Yeah, you got a guy with an arm like Baker, great. But Baker is affected by his head as well. Baker throws a couple of bad picks. Baker makes a couple of bad decisions. He has a hard time getting himself back in the game. Yeah. You want this guy to go play a shootout, and all of a sudden they're behind. Right. I don't trust that he could keep this Cleveland Browns team in it. I fear that once he gets in his head, so great. So you could see what you got for the first quarter, and then you lose the game. I think you get more questions then.
No.
How about just play the best game plan?
That's right.
Agreed. But but the best game plan against the Cowboys is to take advantage of their biggest weakness. And if your goal for the Browns is to make sure you don't get blown out, then hand the ball to Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt 35 times. Keep it close and lose. If your goal for the Browns is to try to win, then you add some risk. You are right, Jenna, in this regard. If they air it out, there's a chance they get trounced. But a loss in this league, there's no coach's poll. There's no boosters betting the spread you got to worry about if you're the head coach. It's not college football. A loss by 1 is worth the exact same as a loss by 40. So you give yourself the best chance to win. And the best chance to win with against the Cowboys when you have the ball is to take advantage of where they stink.
Jenna,
and where
they
stink is pass defense, Brandon.
Go, Brandon.
Jenna, I figured it out. It's a philosophical difference that we have with our buddy Nick right now. See, he's a known gambler. He wants to go out there, put his team at risk, and say, throw it all over the field. Yeah, win. Baker, it's a 50-50 chance. It's a 50-50 chance that Baker can figure it out. Yeah. And you and I are saying, you know what? Let's just – the dealer is showing 17.
Keep it respectable.
The dealer is showing 17. Our card is showing 9, which says it's 19. So stay right there. This is what we do best. Stay. Listen to the rules. That's the difference.
Well, I would always stay on 19.
I don't even understand
the idea that I would ever not stay on 19.
You're not going to stay on 19. You're telling Baker Mayfield to throw it down the field.
Brandon,
I'm staying on 19.
Get the last word in here, Michael, and then we got to go. Go, Mike. Last word.
Hey, Brandon, just say you don't trust Baker Mayfield. Nick, I understand your point. Jenna, I understand yours. Nick, you want to air it out. Jenna, you don't want Baker to put himself in a compromising position.
Win-win.
All hail to the Browns.
But Jenna, let Baker get dinged.
Win-win. What?
Let Baker get dinged and have his backup Case Keenum come in, and Jenna gonna be texting me. Throw it 50 times.
Then
this
it's
is
all
the chance.
W's.
This is your
This is what I'm
moment.
going to text you. www. Michael Vick, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Enjoy a great weekend of football. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.